for the visiting Ravens. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Sawyer. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Sawyer.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 102 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. You look at this defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And I know, just like me, you're fired up about this one because this is the irresistible object and the immovable force. They're going head-to-head, number 1 versus number 1. I've talked about that running backs renaissance for a while. Can they slow these guys down? Where's my helmet? I want to play.
Jeez, you are fired up. Something's got to give. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sawyer, he finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Well, the numbers for Reed a week ago.
4 catches, 51 yards.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch everyone thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Zone read, here's Shipley.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
The tight end in motion right.
On 3rd down, they go with Shipley.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A run on first down with Shipley. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Yeah, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. Sawyer.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Sawyer. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he is the NFL leader in passing yards here in the penultimate week of the season as he looks to finish strong in order to capture the crown.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
A give up the middle to Wright.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, look at this Baltimore defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season. They'll start on the ground with Shipley.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Sawyer. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he comes into these final couple of games as the NFL's leader in touchdown passes.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
That's to Bowers once again.
Touchdown!
Brock Bowers.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap. especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Sawyer. Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offense...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
From the 20, here's 2nd and a couple.
They're going to look to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So now for the 2nd time already here in this quarter, on comes the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Ravens ready to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 12.
Looking to throw.
Sawyer. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Barber.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Back to throw again.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And his throw is incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll set up a throw.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now you got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Shipley again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Straight ahead, Shipley. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To the right side goes Shipley. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Operating from the gun, Sawyer. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. The try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. you're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On the handoff, it's Shipley.
Oh, nice move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
From the gun on third down, Sawyer. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Ravens.
Back to throw. Sawyer. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
They'll give it to Shipley.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Barber. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one good for 14 yards. He'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Complete to Wright. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. But plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that will extend their lead even further. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner. Except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A final shot before break. Sawyer, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. The Saints trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Eagles. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Wright, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 6. That pass complete to Moore. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run on first down with Wright. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll run out of the gun with Wright.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That'll be caught by Shipley.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They'll work the middle here with Wright.
Fights loose. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
On the handoff, it's Wright.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. They work now on 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Now back to throw.
That's to Bowers once again.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the give, this is Wright.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
2nd and 3.
This is caught. Touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here comes Shipley.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Operating from the gun, Sawyer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Sawyer. He finds his man, complete. That's Barber. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Sawyer. Over the middle, complete. It's Barber. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Shipley. Not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's a quick throw right side. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out,
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On the ground, it's right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
And they'll go right back to right. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Throwing to start the drive. Sawyer. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st down, Baltimore.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete to Shipley. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Sawyer. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Here is 3rd and 5. Off play action. Sawyer. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Wright. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll give this to Wright, running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
2nd and 11. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Wright. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the Ravens 4-yard line.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to the Wildcat plays that were bouncing around the league circa 2008 or so. The idea here, just snap it right to the guy you want to run with it. In theory, you're getting yourself an extra blocker. And here, that Wildcat runner is your quarterback, and he takes it into the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So from the 37, here's second down and a yard. He finds his man, complete. That's Barber. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Ravens.
Operating from the gun, Sawyer. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And a Ravens first down.
They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They go play action here on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now he'll escape to his right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Sawyer. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Sawyer. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, He slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give up the middle to right. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Touchdown! Jalen Wright, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
1st down, Baltimore.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes the sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. 2nd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just
complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the home team here, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.